Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. What is it that keeps divers swimming down to scary watery depths again and again? Apparently, it's the mysteries that the sea continues to give up, the treasures found in watery graves, and the bizarre circumstances under which many things are discovered. From the world's oldest computer to the massive underwater artifact, let's look at 10 strangest things found by deep-sea divers. Number 10. Underwater Statue Park. The ocean is the most incredible exhibition space an artist could ever wish for. These are the words of a famous artist, Jason DeCaires Taylor. He has made sculptures that are unlike anything you have ever seen. Close to the coast of Molinaire Bay in Grenada, there is an underwater sculpture park. This was actually created by Jason in 2004. It started with only a few statues at first, but with time and more popularity, the park kept on expanding, and the statues kept on multiplying. Another park was created at the coast of Cancun, but divers noted something extraordinary about this park. The statues are fascinating and they have organisms literally growing on them. It is one hell of an idea for an underwater park. Dubai must be looking to copy this idea too.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. Jason Voorhees Statue. Horror fans prove time and time again that they're the coolest. This image of Jason chained underwater is one of the most iconic in the Friday the 13th franchise, and one fan recently took it upon himself to bring it into the real world. Back in 2013, Doug Klein built and installed a statue of Jason Voorhees underwater at a popular diving site in Crosby, Minnesota. The original video was uploaded to YouTube in 2014, but it went viral much later in the year 2017. The Jason Voorhees statue isn't the only thing welcoming divers to Lake Pleasant. There's also a card table and chairs set up with skeletons playing poker, complete with waterproof cards. Christmas trees and even a Volkswagen are also present at the bottom of the lake, though nobody is taking credit for the car. Number 8. Oarfish. With the length of roughly 8 meters at maturity, oarfish is one of the biggest in the animal kingdom. They're the longest bony fish alive today. You would expect that they're a common sight with such conspicuous body frames. But nope, not everything big is supposed to be visible. They're deep-sea swimmers and come in shallow waters only rarely. An oarfish swimming closer to the shore means it's most likely looking to die, or on rare occasions, injured. That's why most of the oarfish that have been spotted near the surface are usually dead. To catch these beasts in their most real glory, you'll have to venture down between 200 and 1,000 meters in temperate and tropical oceans where they frequent. At these depths, the currents are way weaker as compared to the surface waters. Number 7. Ancient Computer. This one is bound to leave your mouths open. Did you know that the first computer ever was discovered underwater? It was. The Antikythera mechanism was the talk of the town when there was no Microsoft or Apple. The discovery was found in the Antikythera shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera, somewhere in the years 1900 to 1901. Discovered in the early 1900s, this computer is considered to be the earliest of its types. It is an analog computer and can do a variety of tasks, ranging from being able to predict eclipses and the various astronomical positions accurately. Since this was a long time ago, a lot of the inventions and discoveries of this period have vanished. Similarly, this computer was hidden as well for a brief period and was uncovered in the 14th century in the European historical artifacts. As of now, you can find this ancient computer in the National Archaeological Museum of Athens. This might have been shocking, but there is another astonishing discovery waiting for us at number 1 on this list. Number 6. The Lost City. If you are a fan of Greek mythology, lost cities should not be of any surprise to you. Hint, Atlantis. But as mentioned, this is all fictional, and the idea of an ancient city being buried under the sea remained far-fetched until just recently. In 2000, Egyptians finally discovered an underwater city near the Nile River. That's about 2.5 kilometers into the Mediterranean Sea and about 10 meters below the surface. The city is one of the most prominently mentioned cities by historians. In the Egyptian antiquity records, it was referred to as Thonis, while the Greeks called it Heraklion. Recent historians believed that these were two different cities. In its heydays, the city served as a trading port, with its significance increasing in the late period of ancient Egypt when it doubled up as a place for tax collection. It's believed that Thonis grew increasingly weak due to earthquakes and tsunamis along with the rising sea levels. This destruction began at the end of the 2nd century, and by the time the 8th century was wrapping up, the city was below the Mediterranean Sea. Number 5. Remains of the Apollo 13 mission. Next up is a gem from outer space. One of the most astonishing and greatest achievements for mankind is the launching of a rocket into space. America was the first one to launch a rocket that traveled to the moon, known as Apollo 13. Now, when a rocket is launched to travel to space, during its journey it spews out some of its parts so that it could lose some amount of weight. Similar was the case with Apollo 13. One might not care about the remnants of Apollo 13, but Jeff Bezos does. The billionaire paid an extraordinary amount in 2013 to extract the parts of the Saturn V rocket. These parts were found deep on the ocean floor. To give an exact figure to their depth, they were 14,000 feet underwater. Since these parts were fired and then fell into the ocean and stayed there for a long amount of time, they are not in their original condition, but they are still extremely valuable. It might come as a surprise to you, but these parts are worth around $10 million. The ejected parts of the Saturn V rocket have been allowed a place in museums to highlight the importance of their history. The remains were given to Seattle's Museum of Flight as a gift in the year 2015. Number 4. The Lost City of Heliki. If you are not a fan of Greek mythology, there's not much chance that you would have heard about Heliki. We all know the importance of Greece and its impacts on every part of the world. Greek culture, from its loose clusters of city-states to the famous Olympic Games, is well known for its dominance in political, academic, and social spheres. But Greece isn't only famous for Athens and Sparta. Heliki was one of the leading cities in ancient Greece, but due to unknown natural factors, the whole city was destroyed in 373 BC. The city was situated in Anarchaea, in the northwestern part of the Peloponnesian Peninsula, and was later on discovered in the 19th and 20th centuries. Many stories went around about the city sinking out of nowhere, and its possible location was expected to be in the Gulf of Corinth. Finally, in 2001, preserved Heliki was found in an inland lagoon under a layer of silt. In 2012, the location was confirmed by the destruction of the silt layer, but many still believe the myth of the city being destroyed by the wrath of the patrol god Poseidon. Number 3. A giant eyeball. A mysterious giant eyeball found on a Florida beach in 2012 had scientists scratching their heads. The world wondered, could the bright blue sphere belong to a whale, giant squid, or some kind of undiscovered sea cyclops? This conclusion was based on the eyeball's color, size, and structure, along with the presence of bone around it. The ball is said to have been the size of a softball, and whatever creature it belonged to must have been remarkably huge. And it has never been known up to this day. Bony structure and its color led scientists to believe that the eye once belonged to a swordfish and was probably cut out by a fisherman. Swordfish, which can reach up to 1,100 pounds, are common in South Florida, so this guess would appear sound. So a fisherman probably caught the fish at sea, cut the eyeball out while dressing it, and threw the body part into the ocean. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. Baltic Sea anomaly is one of the most bizarre deep-sea finds of the past decade. The discovery occurred in 2011 when a deep-sea exploration team called Ocean X came across an unusual formation 300 feet below the surface, off the coast of Sweden. Under further inspection, divers and surface crew reported malfunctions in their electrical equipment whenever they came within 200 meters of the object, which appeared to be shaped like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Looking at sonar imaging, the anomaly showed interesting characteristics that seemed to distinguish it from a natural rock formation. Could it be that aliens have finally arrived, or have they been here the whole time? Number 1. Artifacts of the Roman Empire. Research divers found possibly the greatest underwater treasure in recent history in 2014. This treasure was located off the coast of Italy. It had already been discovered using sonar that there was something down there, but researchers found out the magnitude of the discovery when they actually dived down to the ocean floor. The ship they found was filled with well-preserved artifacts, which were associated mainly with the period of the Roman Empire, dating back to more than 2,000 years ago. The boat had a length of 15 meters and was considered either to be a cargo ship or a military ship. It was assumed that the ship was an active transport ship from 2018 BC to 2010 BC between Rome and Carthage. In the ruins, terracotta pots had been found, which indicated that the cargo contained olive oil and wine. It was named Paneria III and gave considerable insight into the dynamics of ancient trade in the Mediterranean, as well as the everyday life of Greece and Europe at that time. That is our list of 10 strangest things found by deep-sea divers. What is your favorite find from this list? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.